In the bustling streets of Tehran, a palpable tension filled the air. The illuminated billboards seemed to stand out in sharper contrast against the night sky, echoing the high-stakes message broadcast earlier. Iran had announced its intention to deploy all available tools in response to Israel's recent aggressive actions, setting the stage for an unnerving geopolitical chess match beyond the public eye. The statement reverberated through Majid's living room as his family sat clustered around the television. Majid, a young university professor, had always believed in the power of dialogue and diplomacy. Yet, even he couldn't ignore the ominous tone underlying the rhetoric this time. His wife, Layla, a skilled diplomat herself, remained silent, her fingers nervously tracing the edge of her teacup. "Do you think it'll really come to that?" Majid asked, his voice a mix of hope and disbelief. Layla's eyes remained fixed on the screen, her diplomatic training urging her to remain calm despite the churn of emotions within. "It's hard to say," she replied, "but these are not empty words. Both sides have much at stake." Meanwhile, across the border, in a small apartment in Tel Aviv, Daniel, an experienced journalist, fielded frantic calls. He had covered conflicts before, but nothing prepared him for the urgent intensity gripping his homeland now. His editor demanded updates, confirmations of reports that were, as of yet, unconfirmed. Daniel's wife, Rivka, watched him from the kitchen, her expression mirroring his own concern. "Have you heard anything new?" she asked. "Only the usual," Daniel sighed. "A cycle of threats and counterthreats. The question is who will blink first." As diplomats scrambled, ordinary people like Majid, Layla, Daniel, and Rivka were left grappling with a world growing increasingly uncertain. Each wanted peace, but knew that the path to it was paved with complex negotiations and the daunting potential of conflict. Yet, amid the uncertainty, life continued. Children went to school, markets bustled, and city lights flickered against the backdrop of a tense political landscape. Behind closed doors, leaders carefully weighed their options, each move resonating far beyond boardroom walls. The story of peace was fraught with complexity, and as the world watched, waiting with bated breath, the hope was for dialogue that would transcend the barriers, bringing a semblance of stability to a land yearning for calm.